Hey everybody, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Happy Thursday. Excited to be here with you. We had some problems on LinkedIn. Not sure. We tested it. You tested 5 times over, but it's all good. But we're still on Facebook and we're on TikTok and we're on all those good channels that you know about. Obviously not LinkedIn right now for some reason, but it's all good. We're here because it's it's coming. Heartsy is coming, and I'm excited. I think that we'll be doing a lot of lives. Hopefully, they'll be working on all platforms, but we'll be doing a lot of lives, and we will uh, be sharing so much information about Heartsy and the evolution of Heartsy and how it's going to revolutionize, 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 revolutionize our workplaces, our cultures, uh, our people, honestly, inside out. And to that point, we have a day that we're going to share with you some of those insights about Heartsea, what it is, where it came from, how we ended here. We're going to tap into a little sneak preview of actually some of the uh, pages in the application, the usage, the function, all those good things. May even have a guest visitor along the way today. I'm really excited about that as well. So first and foremost, again, just welcome to be here. I know it's 11:30 on the East Coast, and hopefully you're having your lunch or you're starting to figure that out. Maybe even a 15-minute break. All those good things. My name is Glenn Thomas. I'm the founder of Heartsy, and if you've been around Heart Work, which is our leadership framework, which is how we started, and we always say that Heartsy is powered by Heart Work because Heart Work is the foundation of Heartsy. If you've been around for the past 12 years, then you probably know that Heart Work is about how we live, love, and lead from the inside out. And over time, that evolved. We learned from so many of our partners along the way because we were really listening to what leaders were sharing with us, what teammates were sharing with us. And because of that, we wanted to really build something that was meaningful, that added value, that said that we're going to center people, period, full stop, in all walks of life, especially in the workplace. And in order to do that, the infrastructure, the systems, and all those things that really make organizations and businesses go, it needed to reflect love. It needed to reflect centering people. It needed to reflect the key elements of what it means to be seen, what it means to feel that you add value, and ultimately what it means to drive high performing organizations. That all can happen in the same place. And if you've never seen an application like that, hey, welcome to Heartsea. That's why we're here. So to kick off, I want to just give a couple of shout outs. I want to give there's so many shout outs to give, but today I'm just going to give one shout out because I think it's critically important to start from home. I want to give a shout out to my family. I'm going to shout my family out because for the past 12 years, the majority of my children's lives, all they've known is hard work. And all they've known is dad does hard work. He talks about hard work. He talks about leading with love. And I want to shout them out because they have been with me along this journey. They have read the books. They have given me the feedback. They have made the edits and given me the looks of, hey, we might want to rewrite that. You might want to rethink that. That has been invaluable. And so I just want to shout them out because they've been along this journey, ups and downs, money, no money, late nights, early mornings, to be along this journey. So I want to shout my family out, and I want you to shout your family out as well, whoever your family may be, for all the things that they bless you with. Because Heartsy is not Heartsy without my family, and I want to give them the love and give them the flowers. Top of here. So that's the first shout out for the day. More shout outs to come. Let's jump right in and into, if you're listening from anywhere, wherever you're from, platform, I may not be able to respond. We have around 4 or 5 platforms going on. I want you to just put it in the chat wherever you are, where you're from. Where you from? Where you from, and what are you drinking on right now? Because it's 11:40. It's 11:40, and I'm sure somebody's drinking on something. Hopefully, it's coffee. Hopefully, it's coffee. Um, Hopefully, it's coffee. So, what are you drinking on? To that end, what are your plans for the weekend? I know my plans for the weekend. My plans are to actually do some work. I'm gonna do work. I know it's crazy. I'm gonna do some work, but I'm gonna relax while I do that work. But I'm gonna do some work. So where you from? What you drinking on? And what are your plans for the weekend? I want you to be proactive. I want you to be proactive. So before we have our guests arrive, uh, I want to talk about, and before we look at, what Heartsy is and all those good things, I want to ask you to think about what are you challenged with right now in your workplace? Like maybe it's not you, maybe it's what you see, maybe it's what you have experienced in the past, but like what are you challenged right now in the workplace? Like what do you see that's not feeling good? Got my guy in now. What do you see that's not feeling great? I want you to drop it in the chat wherever you are, whatever platform, whether it be, it's not LinkedIn because LinkedIn is not working. Oh, I don't know what happened. I do know what happened actually, and it's not our fault. Facebook, Twitter, not Twitter, Facebook, um, what's the other one? TikTok. That's my favorite one too. TikTok, all those good things. Like, what do you face with? What are you challenging? Because I want us to be mindful of the things that that we're seeing, uh, because sometimes it becomes in our subconscious, like it just becomes something of a norm to us, right? Like we're walking through all those good things and we just overlook it because it becomes so normal and so standard. It's not normal. All those things that are troubling us in the workplace that we see that we want to fix, it's not normal. So drop that in the chat. Be aware of it. We got a guy in here. Edub.
I'm here.
Edub is joining us. I appreciate him joining us. I asked him to. That's why he's in his car. I asked him. I said, Edub, man, why don't you join on the live, man? Because we had a meeting yesterday, and I was like, Edub probably should be on this call. Actually, he should be on this live. He needs to speak to it. So,
Yes.
um, I've been going on. I was doing the welcome and doing the chat for folks who are going to be seeing it in real time, but also those who are going to be seeing the recording. Introduce yourself in a way as if you were coming out to WWE and you were the main event. Like, introduce yourself in that way. Like,
Oh,
introduce. I mean, give us the WWE introduction.
okay. Let me see how I can do it. You really put me on the spot there.
I know.
Um, okay, so we warmed up your appetite. You've seen a few matches, but now we've got the main attraction coming center stage. We're going to have Eric Williams. Eric is the founder and CEO of Sela Consulting. The thing that's great about Sela is there's a principle called pause, where he meets with organizations and professionals to say, hey, stop going so fast, slow down. slow down and pause. And I'm going to ask you some questions. As a result of that, we're going to establish clarity. We're going to create culture, and we're going to be guided with wise strategy as a result of that. So put your hands together loud and scream, E is in the place.
He is in the place. I appreciate that. That's what's up.
Man,
That was good. That was the best introduction I've heard you do of Sheila ever. Actually, that was. But it makes
I had coffee this morning. You know, I'm usually a tea man, so maybe that's what it is.
it makes sense though. It makes sense. So listen, I asked E to jump on here, and that's why he's in his car because he's working. He's a working guy. So I mean, work. I know folks are working out here. But I asked him to jump in because, as we introduce Heartsy to the world, we introduce Heartsy, the software application itself. It's software, yes, and it's transformative, yes, but there's a foundation to Heartsy. And the foundation to Heartsy is hard work. And hard work has been around for a long time now. And to that point, though, Eric, you've been around with hard work for a long time now.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it just made sense to say, Eric, jump on and kind of share from your lens what hard work is and what it's meant for you, so it
Sure.
can really connect with folks as they maybe getting introduced to hard work for the first time.
Okay, sure. I think it's been about 6 years now, and the thing that really, I'd say, piqued my interest, pulled me in, and kept my interest is the fact that hard work actually gave language to the way that I lead. I have 30 years experience in corporate engineering and HR and in various different industries. And what I have found when I was leading is, yeah, we got the processes and the policies and all of that. But what really made me effective as a leader was that I would get to know the person. Um, Not just them and their role, but really getting a chance to know the person. And I found out what was important to them. And so it created a place of trust. In the 30 years I've been doing this work, I have relationships that go all the way back to the very beginning before I was even leading with people. So hard work is what it does is transformative because it's where you bring your person to the role. How many times have we been told whatever's going on in your life, you leave it in the parking lot, don't bring it to work? Well, that's not even being human. That's being quite robotic. We're not designed and built that way. So hard work actually gives language to a new way of leading that allows the whole person to come, but also it gives you grace because sometimes you're not performing at 100% at peak performance. With hard work, there's an empathy that you bring to it. There's a relationship that has been established and built so that when you see that there's someone on your team that isn't performing, hard work says, hey, hit a pause. Stop focusing on the process and what needs to be done and go deal with the people because hard work is very people centric. So that's why I have continued on this journey with Glenn from an initial conversation on LinkedIn to every time that like he did today. Hey, E, I want you to jump on. And I was like, I'll be able to find a Marriott somewhere, but I couldn't. So I'm sitting in a gas station parking lot somewhere in Eastern North Carolina. But that's what hard work is. It's about leading with love. And leading with love, but leading with heart. And people are afraid of that word love. But it's what makes the world go round. So I hope I did some some justice to what you wanted me to do in this moment, Glenn.
No, I think you I think you did great justice to it. I mean, I think that's exactly what we've been talking about for the past 6 years and how we arrived at this moment. Now, I mean, listen, I'm excited about the evolution, of taking a leadership framework like hard work and building, a software platform whereby in which systems and infrastructure for companies and people can now really actually be aligned, right? I mean, I'm excited about the opportunity for when we talk about people being centered in the work that around belonging and around love and care and compassion. I'm excited about the fact that now we'll have a software application whereby in which that can take place. We've talked about this for a while. I'm interested in your take, uh, Eric, on what you think. And you've seen some of the components of the software, and I've been rolling it out real slowly and all those good things. I'm interested in your take on what do you think that a software like this is going to be able to do from a transformative space as it relates to looking towards the future as opposed to the past, because you've seen all the systems, you've seen all the software applications, HR, you name it, you know what they are. What happens when we release this platform, this software application that actually centers humans, not just driving business performance, but does it through the ability to center humans, center compassion, center care in software, so that the business can succeed in a manner that's healthy and loving. Like, what do you think? How do you think that shift is going to transform the workplace?
It's a great question. One of the things that, as an HR professional, I've seen the evolution of HR from personnel to HR, and now we're people and culture. And I believe what hard work will do is to really integrate that people and culture piece, because
Mm,
so many times that when you look at the systems that are in the organizations that we're navigating, it's very process focused, it's policy, it's black and white, and the human element is left out. But through hard work, and I believe through this platform, it will empower individuals to lead. Whether you're leading a team or not, you're having to lead yourself. And so, what hard work does and what heartsy will do, it will give the client an opportunity to really go inward first. Um, it's a paradigm change, because if you think about what typically happens when it comes to leadership development, we're looking outward. We're going, I need that class, I need this course, I need this role, but it's always outward facing. But what Heartsy is going to do, it's going to flip it, so that you understand that leadership begins within first. And so that's a game changer, because we're not, that's not the way that we are trained or normalized to go into the workspace. We're a role. It moves you from just a role, and you're oftentimes just limited to what you bring to the table. But I believe through this, what it will do, it also uncover other abilities, other competencies, other experiences that you have that you didn't know you have, because you just do it naturally. Um, uh, the thing about Heartsy that I'm finding in hard work as well is that you will find value in things within yourself that you didn't know was critical in how you move, because it gives you a chance to look at all of you, and it also helps build with relationships. I believe that as we become a more technologically a technological world, and with AI coming in, the question is, oh my God, we're gonna lose the human component. This will allow us to still excel in the AI space without the sacrifice of the complexity and the beauty and the genius of our humanity. So that's my thoughts on that question.
no, that was eloquent, man. I appreciate that. That's
Sure.
obviously, we've been working and talking for years now, and I believe that your insights are just always really coming from a place of a lived experience, a technical experience, and then obviously really a visionary kind of lens. And to that point, I want to share with folks. We can't tell you everything out there, folks. We can't tell you everything, but we're working on something with Eric.
Oh yes.
We're
Oh
working
yeah.
on something with Eric.
It's exciting.
We just not gonna let Eric just be out here just roaming around, not coming together aligned with hard work. So in Heartsy, we have some exciting news coming out, over the next month in a lot of ways, not only about the product, but really about the people. It's people first, always, no matter what organization you're with, including us, right? And so I'm excited that we're going to have some announcements coming out soon over the next few weeks about about the people that are involved in Heartsy. I mean, we're 129 days away. 129 days away. Now, we've been counting for months. Like I've been counting personally for months, almost over a year now. We just started counting publicly around 30 days ago, just because, right? And so I just wanted to say, Eric, man, I gave a shout out to my family at the top of the live because I just wanted to really acknowledge them. I wanted people to know that if I was going to give any shout outs, first and foremost, it was going to be the people that have to deal with me every single day,
Yo,
and 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 having to deal with the last 12 years of trying to figure out about this calling of hard work. Why can't we not only be in communion with those we care about outside of work? Why can't we have a work culture, places that we spend the majority of our time outside of sleep? Why can't we have a space where we're driving performance, but doing it from a place that says, no, first and foremost, we care about the people?
mm,
And that has been a journey that started within me, that continues within me, but also continues, I think, within every one of us. It is heartsy. Uh, I want to ask you, Eric, before you jump off, and um, I had a moment yesterday with my son. I call it a heartsy moment. And I'm going to give my example first, and then I want you to share yours before you jump
yeah.
off. I spent around an hour and a half with him playing around with his computer, and he was really frustrated. And it was password loco. Couldn't remember passwords. Had to reset passwords. It was, I mean, it took it felt like it was around 2 hours. So at the end of it, though, we still didn't get it correct. At the end of it, I'm walking out, and he apologizes to me and says, hey man, he's like, hey dad, I'm sorry, man. I took all this time. I don't know, how to fix it. So. And I looked at him, and the whole time that I was sitting there, it was kind of those 2 hours. I was in the present, thinking about the time that we're spending together, and I won't ever have this moment again.
Yeah.
And when he said, he was apologizing, I turned to him and I looked at him. I said, son, don't apologize. I really just enjoyed the time that we just spent together, these 2 hours. Like I don't remember the last time we spent 2 hours together. And he kind of smiled and he said, thanks, Dad. He said, he was like, I appreciate that. Um, and he said, I apologize for being frustrated earlier. I was like, don't apologize, buddy. I love being with you. You know, to me, that was what I would call a heartsy moment. And the reason why I call it a heartsy moment is because it forces us to really look at what's really important to us and being present in moments that seem so mundane,
Mm,
but they are the most critically important moments of our lives. And that was like a heartsy moment. We have them everywhere we are. I just had mine just at home
mm,
yesterday. You have them at work. You have them all different places. I wanted to know, and I talk to you often, you know this, but as much as we talk, we don't never talk about everything. There's
mhm.
always something we can talk about. Have you had a heartsy moment? Just anything that really tugged at your heart that made you walk away and was like, I'm so glad I was able to be that, do that, say that.
It's funny that yes, as recent as yesterday, I had a meeting with a client that I've been working with. Um, and this, sometimes clients become friends, it grows like that. And this is a CEO. And we were talking about one thing, But what I learned in that moment was we couldn't even talk through the topic because there was something that happened a few months ago that I was none the wiser. And in the moment of that, I had to make sure that I stayed fully present in what was happening in that moment instead of getting in my head and going, well, why didn't you tell me this months ago? And we couldn't have done this and that, because I went in process mode, fix mode.
Yeah.
But there wasn't anything to fix. It was about being there and listening. And I just listened and I allowed him to just go on and on and on about something that had nothing to do with us per se, but it was something that was needed in that moment for him to release. And I got a chance to just kind of follow up and ask some questions. And then I affirmed. I'm sure that took a lot of courage. You know, you're not the kind of person to open up like that. But hey, this is always a safe space no matter what's going on. We can put all that stuff aside. And the heartsy moment was, even though there was a topic that we were focused on in that conversation, we discovered that there was an infraction or a breach maybe in the, not
Mm-hmm.
so much the relationship, but from approaches because of a decision that I made, um, that he was carrying, but I didn't know it was there. And I share that because that was definitely, I didn't even realize I was having a heartsy moment until you began to just share yours as well, because I didn't go in defense mode. I didn't go in explanation mode. I didn't do any of that. I just listened and I connected at the heart of what was radiating in that moment. And so that's been my most recent. It was what, 24, that meeting was at 11 o'clock, and probably it started at 11. It was about, we only had about, it was supposed to be 45 minutes. I
Yeah.
said, well, I've got 3 minutes left. And when I moved the way that I did, that meeting ended up being 90 minutes. Now, when we ended it, it was great. We were all on the same page, but I walked away feeling kind of a heaviness because he had an opportunity to transfer what was happening with him to me, but not as I was, not like a garbage disposal, but that stuff was just being put on me. But I had the weightiness of new information that I then had to make sure that I processed.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, just learn that empathy, that vulnerability, and just listening, and not having to have the feeling like I have to have the answer. But
Yeah. I think you. Oh, I think you may have. Your tech is probably coming out of there for a second.
you don't hear me?
Now I do. I know. I hear you now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, but
I
we
hope
heard.
all that
No,
went.
we heard you at the end.
Okay.
I think that's a great. I mean, I appreciate you sharing that example because I think that example is relates to like work is concerned. I think many of us have that example. Like that example is
Mhm.
probably very ordinary in the sense that it's probably an everyday type of example where we're having a heartsy moment and we don't really know it, but we're gonna coin that thing heartsy moment for sure.
Mhm.
So I'm
Yeah.
gonna jump in and let folks start taking the sneak peeking things. Uh, I know you're in your car. I value you. I appreciate you. I love you to life, brother. I'm so glad you were able
Yes.
to jump
Same.
in.
Yeah. Thanks for the invitation, and enjoy this demonstration. Everybody is going to be phenomenal.
Talk to you
All right.
soon,
We'll
bro.
see you. Okay.
All
Now.
right.
Mhm.
Everybody, that was Eric Williams. That was a good dear friend. Don't say that LinkedIn is garbage because that's where I met Eric Williams on LinkedIn. I gave Eric Williams a DM. Put yourself in people's DMs. I don't care how many times people do not respond. Um, I don't respond to everything. I don't care how many times people say no. Put put your comments in your DMs. Put your comments in your DMs. I'm telling you that it is critically important. Two people that are critically important to hard work and heartsy in the evolution of our entire company, I literally connected with on LinkedIn like 7 years ago. So shoot your shot in DMs on LinkedIn appropriately. That is, shoot your shot. All right, so I want to jump in. I want to show you some of the kind of the elements of what software looks like when it's built on love. You know, we talk about lead with love, decide with data. When it's built on love, this is what it's going to look like. So we're gonna go in. We're gonna look at some of our deck intros, a couple of like 3 or 4 pages, and then I'm going to take you over to the app to see some of the functionality, to see what's in store. We're not going to show you everything because we got 129 days, but I still want you to go check out the website as well. All those good things. I'm going to go ahead and share screen. I want to introduce you to Heartsy. You know, the evolution of Heartsy is that Heartsy is our software application. It's what we call an integrated systems predictive analytics software. Those a lot of words. Integrated systems predictive analytics software. What does that really mean? What it means is you can do away with all the 10 to 12 software applications that you have to log in on at work. And for the most part, you can now just use one platform. It's called Heartsy. Your learning management system, your finance system, your HR system, your organizational facility system, you name it, we're housing it in Heartsy. And not only are we housing it, that's the integrated systems part of it. The predictive analytics piece of it is that we're now saying that we're going to take all the data from all those components of your business, finance, HR, facilities, you name it. We're actually saying that we want to be able to provide leaders and teams insights on a daily basis based on all the data that you're collecting from all the systems that you're using. Because why? Because it's important to understand that if you have to run hard analysis on data from 10 different systems, including your learning and management system, you don't have time to lead. You don't have time to lead with love. You don't have time to do the things that actually you are built to do as a supervisor, as a leader. The integrated systems piece is critically important. Not only that you bring in the data from all of your operational data systems, but also your learning systems, your LMS, your assessments, your surveys. That's data. And when you bring that data in to your operational data and you run analysis in real time on Heartsy, Heartsy then provides you the insights as a leader to make better decisions in real time for your team and for your business. It's lead with love and decide with data. It's not decide with data, then lead with love. Leading with love says that I'm able to do the thing that I came here to do. Understand my team, understand who they are, what they're experiencing, what they need, how to remove roadblocks, so in order I can make better decisions for them and they can make better decisions with the data that actually is telling us a full story, a full and complete story. So welcome to Heartsy. We've worked with over 10,000 leaders over the past 12 years when we started Hard Work. And basically what we heard from our these 10,000 leaders and team members was that we don't have the systems that reflect a loving organization, a loving culture. We may be a loving culture. We may care about our teammates, but our systems don't speak to that. Like our systems don't say love. And so we wanted to create what we saw was missing. Heartsy exists to help organizations lead with heart and clarity, period. And we believe that people drive performance. And when leaders have the right insight, Learning and data, they can build cultures where individuals thrive and the results follow. That's real. That's heartsy. So this is what I want to share with you. Leading from the inside out. We talk about hard work, the foundation of what heartsy is, about leading from the inside out. And that's what this is about. Live, love, and lead from the inside out. And why teams struggle today. If you're listening anywhere, I know this is a replay, still throw in the chat like what your teams are struggling with. What are you struggling with as a leader? Because I think the more we articulate what the thing is, the more we will see we have in common across all industries, across all sectors, and the more we can focus in on what's the underlying cause. Like, what's really causing this? And we have some insights for you. Like, we have some thoughts for you. I want to talk about disconnection and discontent. Disconnection and discontent. The reason why is because 39% of employees believe that there is someone in their company that cares about them. 39%. Well, Glenn, that sounds like okay. Well, that means 61% don't think someone cares about them in their company. Almost 2/3. Almost 2/3 of team members in workplaces do not believe that there's someone that cares about them. Now let's take it one step further. Discontent. How disconnection leads to discontent. Only 18% of employees are extremely satisfied with their jobs today. 18%? That's crazy. I mean, that's mind-blowing. We know that disconnection can lead to discontent, and we know what discontent leads to. It leads to workplaces not feeling how we want them to feel. And this isn't about hugs and high fives. This is about the feeling that we feel on Friday and the feeling that we feel on Monday morning. If your feeling on Friday is you can't wait to get out of there, and your feeling on Monday morning is you are dreading to go in, that means that there's something happening in the disconnection space and definitely in the discontent space. So what's the solution? What's the solution? What's the solution for disconnection and discontent? What's the solution for high attrition, the bad type of attrition? What's the solution for conflict that does not actually result in anything positive? What's the solution? Back in 2023, I conducted a study, and what we found in this study was that heart-centered cultures where love was centered, not that where love was stated, but love was centered. Doesn't have to be stated, but it was centered in the workplace by actions. They increased workplace performance by more than 16%. I want us to sit with that. By more than 16%, love centered in the workplace increased performance by more than 16%. If you're in any workplace and you would take a 16% increase of growth in performance, just raise your hand. Just raise your hand. Because in the retail space, if you get year over year 2% increase, you're getting a bonus. If you get 3% increase year over year in retail, you're getting a big bonus. You get 4, 5, and 6% retail increase. Not only are you getting a bonus, you're getting a raise, you're probably getting a promotion. So 16%. Most people's dashboards, when they talk about metrics year over year, you want to increase 5%, 7%, 2%, depending on what industry. This is 16%. I want us to sit with that. Our solution, heartsy, is bringing forth the opportunity for a leader to do one thing, to get one thing back that they've been searching for all their career. And that's time. I want you to say it with me. Time. Glenn, we want our time back. Heartsy was created to give you your time back. to give leaders their time back and give team members the information to help move the roadblocks out the way so they can be successful without manipulation, but centered in love. Now, if you're an organization and company and you say, listen, my company is not ready for that. Like my company is built on manipulation. We're not built on love. We're not ready for that. I would suggest you stay connected to us and pray for your company. Okay? Because we didn't build the software for manipulation. We have securities in the software so that supervisors can't see certain things that our team members are doing. Team members can't see certain things that supervisors need to see. Like we have protections and securities in our software platform on purpose that say that we're not here to manipulate people. We're not here to cross over people, in basketball, cross somebody over. We're here to love on people because we know that love is going to drive not only a better human, but it's going to drive ultimately a better business. So Heartsy does three things. We're integrated data systems, centralized workflows, data and collaboration tools, real-time intelligence, transforms live data into clear dashboards that support faster, more confident business decisions, and scalable growth. Adapts effortlessly as teams expand, users increase, and operational needs become more complex. Yes, we are AI powered. And a lot of people say they're AI powered. No. I'm going to show you why we're AI powered. You about to see it in a minute. So this is the last slide, and then I'm going to jump over to the app itself. I want to show you some things. Smart analytics. Smart analytics. I've sat with hundreds and hundreds of supervisors over the past 12 years trying to learn, like, what's missing. And I want to go back to that T word, that time. Not having enough time. Not having enough time to analyze all the data that's in front of you on your computer, on these various systems that you have to log into with all these different passwords. What if you were able to see all of your performance data, all of your learning management data, courses, assessments, surveys, all of that data about your team, your team members, as well as your business, all in one dashboard? What if I was able to show you that we were able to actually run analysis, right? Statistical analysis on all the data that you're collecting that's informing the way you lead your team and the way you drive your business. Would you be interested in that? Because that's what Heartsy is. Real-time control, one view, the smart dashboard, smart analytics. All right, so here we go. I want to show you a couple of things. I want to first show you the employee dashboard. I want to show you a sneak preview. Now, this isn't everything because we're hiding a lot of things as the developers continuing to work. But when a team member comes into their dashboard, they're going to have the option to, one, check in. They can start their assessment if they have an assessment recommended to them, assigned to them. They're going to be able to see their growth over time. This growth over time is going to be based around performance metrics, assessments, behavioral assessments, all types of pulse surveys, all types of data points that you as a administrator or as a company would like for the team member to see once they log in on their module. Activity as well, you're going to be able to see activity. But I want you to really take a look at what we're going to be doing in the learning space. This is a key component for the software itself. And this is a standout component that we built in. When you're a user with Heartsy, unlike other companies where you have to pay every time you go to a virtual workshop, or the virtual workshops are every quarter or twice a year, with Heartsy, we have two critical components built in on our learning platform. The first is obviously the pre recorded videos that are guiding you through all types of skills and competencies and learning experiences that are typical, but they are specifically, again, built on the foundation of hard work. Understanding that we center people first before we do anything else, even when we're learning about conflict, we're learning about specific skills. It doesn't matter. We're centering people. So all of the videos that you'll see on Heartsy are centered in hard work. The second of those is though the virtual learning experience. This is a big one. It's a big one because what we found was that workshops and affording workshops for companies can be expensive. Budgets are tight. And because of that, we decided we're going to provide every user on our platform the opportunity to log in every week for a virtual workshop. I want you to sit with that. You may have 500 employees. 100 of them may want to jump on workshop X. They can literally schedule workshop X, jump on. It's free of charge. It's included in the subscription. And they can do that every week of the year because virtual learning for Heartsy happens every single week of the year. Every week. I know you say, Glenn, what about holiday? Every week. Every week. Because companies, depending on the industry, depending on the sector, there may be people working every week of the year. And so we are providing that service. That's a big deal. If you know how much virtual learning costs, how expensive it can be, a part of why we wanted to create this was to give time back to leaders, to give information access and insights to team members, but also to reduce the investment that it takes to bring all these components together. Because ultimately, we're living in an advanced technological world. And if we can't do that, then what are we doing? And so these are the two critical pieces that I'm really excited about and really happy about. Virtual learning every single week of the year for all of your team members, no matter what subscription level you are at. Employees, team members will also be able to see recommendations from their supervisors, from their admins. They'll be able to see reports. You'll be able to be in community. You'll be able to share community not only with your company, but also within your company or with other companies. Admins will have that ability to do so. You'll have the ability to choose. And then AI coach, which is a big one for me because I'm really excited about the fact that AI coach will allow for team members to have access to guidance, right? Strict guidance around human-centered advice. Okay? I know a lot of people have heard a lot of crazy things about AI, but we are creating and crafting and designing a application that will speak to the humanness of each person that logs on to Heartsy. And AI is going to be able to guide us in some of those discussions that we may not want to have with the supervisor, but that we can hone right here with the AI coach. And then if we want to go deeper into a simulator to talk about certain areas, team conflicts, cross-cultural communication, AI will be able to do that with us, giving AI the example. And that data is housed within our platform. It doesn't go out to ChatGPT. It doesn't go out to Claude. It's housed directly in our platform. I'm really excited about that. I want to show you something here about the types of metrics that we are going to be providing and tracking and writing statistical analysis and statistical equations for. When we talk about people, we're talking about engagement and sentiment, performance and growth, wellness and resistance. We're looking at data and metrics that are centering, again, the experience of the person that's doing the work in the workplace. That's critically important. And I wanted to show you this because I think it's important to know that data is good, but it's even more important and more influential when we're tracking the data that actually is influencing the results that we're trying to accomplish, the objectives that we're trying to accomplish. And we'll be in those types of metrics are the metrics in your people experience, the culture experience, and your excellence experience. We say excellence, not performance, because we believe that excellence is what we should be striving for, not performance. And so our excellence metrics, whether they be finance, HR, you name it, those are the types of metrics that will be then aligned with people and culture data. And we will be actually providing you real-time insights as a admin, as a leader, as a supervisor, to be able to come in and see kind of what's happening with your team, what's happening with your trends, you name it. This is an exciting component of Heartsy. Again, a one-stop application that really guides us in our business, but also really guides us in our leadership. So I want to let you see the website. I want you to come to heartsy.ai. I want you to drop in and just check out the website and check out who we are and what we're doing. I'm going to go through a couple of things on the website, but I want you to come back to the website heartsy.ai on your own time. But I want to show you a couple of things. One, we are going live in 129 days. 129 days. I want to talk to you about the pricing, because I think the pricing is one of the best things going right now outside the product itself. We're running a pre-sale for organizations, and we're doing that because we want to be able to best know how to serve all of our customers once we go live in September. But we're doing it because we want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to all the teams that we worked with over the past 12 years. I want to say thank you to the mentors. Thank you to the advice. Thank you to all the people that contributed to our learning and understanding what was really needed in workplaces in order to support the people that want to do the great things that they're doing. I want to say thank you, and the best way to say thank you is to say, let's not hurt your pockets. Let's help your pockets. So our pricing plan is going to look crazy to most people who understand software, because they're like, how can it be so inexpensive? The reason is because we've been building this for the last 18 months, and we made a choice. I made a choice myself that we would actually make sure that most businesses, small, large, medium, could afford to be on Heartsy. That Heartsy to me is not a want or a could have. It's a must have. And because it's a must have, we need to create a space whereby in which people could afford it. Businesses, whether you're a small nonprofit and you have a $150,000 budget, or you're a medium business or a large business, we want you on Heartsy. We want you to be able to experience the power of what Heartsy is and what it does. So when you sign up and you subscribe now through September 6th, you're not charged until September 21st. And the reason why is because we give you the 14-day trial on September 7th. But you only can receive the pre-sale discount before September 6th. You get where I'm coming from? We want you to be on board. But if when you come on board and you have that 14-day trial and you don't like it, full refund, it's all good. We still love you. We hope you still love us. We know you'll love us though. And so no one gets charged until September 21st. So we want you to pre-subscribe. We want you to get the pre-sale discount so you can be a part of Heartsy and learn all the great things that we're going to be doing over the coming years. I want to take you to the About page right quick as well, because we have some amazing information coming soon about our new role, head of hard work. But I want to introduce you. You'll see her soon in the coming months. Hannah Cohen is our head of data science. She's phenomenal, an amazing human. I've been working with her on and off for the past 5 years, I think. And so we're excited to have her on the team, bringing in our head of hard work here within the next 30 days. I'm excited to introduce who that will be. Our sales team as well. I'm just excited and thankful for everyone that's working with us, that's been with us, our development team, working tirelessly right now on all the things heartsy. The last thing I want to show you is our FAQ that you can find. Your FAQ. Please come in, look at some the questions you have, some get some answers to. But also, if you want to chat, go to our chat box. All right, and send us a message, schedule a meeting in our chat box. The whole nine. We would love to meet with you, hear from you, understand your needs as an organization, as a company, as a leader, so we can serve you, so you can become a partner with Heartsy. So that's Heartsy. That's who we are. Just a little sneak preview of all the amazing things that are to come. Leading with love, deciding with data, but more importantly, built on a framework of hard work, living, loving, and leading from the inside out. I'm excited that we're 129 days out. We're going to be here every week now, every week on Thursday, bringing to you alive. Next time we'll be on LinkedIn. I guess we'll figure that out. But we're just so excited. I'm so grateful, so thankful for everyone who's been a part of this journey. This is the beginning of the evolution of what it means to be in a workplace, to be able to leave work on Friday evening, excited about coming to work on Monday morning, even in the struggles and the trials, building systems that center people, culture, and excellence on the foundation of love. That's Heartsy. Again, thanks everybody. I appreciate you. See you next week. See you next Thursday. Can't wait to talk some more about Heartsy. Have a good one.